DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat.
Mixers, welcome back to another glorious episode of the Mixin Vixens. My name is Emily, also known as Milton Icon. And before we join welcome our guests, let's welcome the other Vixens. We've got Jen, the Ichi's Fairy.
Hey everybody!
Hello. We've got
Sunday.
Lumi. How you doing?
I'm doing Lumi ways.
Lumi's doing Lumi. Atta girl. Hi, Rin.
Hi.
Hello. And as you guys can tell by the title, it's peer review time. So, of course, we have our guest, our judge. I am Sam.
What's up, everybody?
Permanent judge. How you doing?
I'm doing real good. How are you, ladies?
We're doing
That's
awesome.
right. Don't even give him an out. He can't go anywhere. He's ours. We grabbed him,
Right.
and he's stuck with us.
He's here for good.
He's one of us.
I'm stuck. I'll be here.
Awesome. You're one of us now. And as you guys can see there in the corner, we've got Phil BUSARDO. How you doing, Phil? Welcome back.
I'm terrific. Thanks for having me back. Good to be here. Good to be a judge for this. I don't think I'm going to continue until I get a little smile from Rin and Lumi, though. Okay, there it is. There's a smile there. Lumi, little smile there. Okay, thank you. All right, now we can continue. All right, thank you.
Good job, Phil.
How's everyone's weekend
I drag
going?
out of them with saying embarrassing stuff on a weekly basis. So, and then I get Lumi wound up, and she'll join in, kind of serious, but then she starts laughing at herself.
You get Lumi wound up? What do you mean? I think I get you wound up. I get everybody here wound up.
I know, but I usually say
absurd,
something completely inappropriate, and then you go with it. I mean, you take it off running.
Oh, snap, guys. I just saw that on Phil's monitor in the background. He had our logo up for a sec.
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Got it rotating back there.
Sweet.
Of course.
What do you think?
I take care of you guys.
What do you think when you see our logo?
Do you want me to say that publicly?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I never caught that.
Spread legs and the clitoris.
Just so you know, that was not intentional, but once we saw it, we're like, yeah, we're keeping
Can't
it.
unsee it.
Got that wet WAP going on for sure.
Was I right?
Yes.
Yep.
But
I'm
you got to understand, though, my mind always goes in that direction. So
Well,
I
when
apologize.
the logo started being made, the M was normal, right? But once we saw it, we had our designer move it up so that it could be on tippy toes. Once we saw it, it was like, oh shit.
We just
on it.
embraced it, you know, like we are women, hear us roar, let's embrace this shit.
You know what?
I'm pretty upset that you realized it this fast, because I've been on the show for a while now, and I only just found it out a couple months ago.
I just noticed it right now. As soon as you said look at the logo, I looked at it and I was just like, oh my God.
Oh, that's funny. That's
So-
You
funny.
know what? I agree with you. And it's Nikon, right? Not Nikon.
Yeah, Nikon, like the camera.
Like the
Emily,
camera,
you
Nikon.
call her Emily.
But I totally agree with you. You should embrace it. Everybody should embrace the clitoris. I agree with you. Yes,
Woman
right.
power.
absolutely.
Emily,
Taking my pants off. Taking my pants off.
Oh God, let's not go that
An
far.
adult show.
alrighty then.
Jennifer, do you know what liquid I have in this tank right here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Are you gonna set it? Are you gonna start it off? Because the way this works, let's explain a little
Oh
bit.
yeah. Okay. Explain it to me. Sure.
So usually we go around the room and you pick one person, right? And after you pick their flavor, whoever that person is, our next person tells you what he tasted on it. And then you guys move on to the next one, and the next person moves on to that as well. So if you want to kick it off with that one, we'll go with that one. And then right after that,
Oh no, this flavor has nothing to do with the judging flavors.
oh, you got my peach, your DIY one.
Your pina colada is in there.
Oh, pina colada.
Pina colada.
Yeah,
Not your watermelon
it's like
peach,
the
not
the mango
one from
pina
the
colada that
unsalted
you
line?
made. What's that?
It's not the watermelon peach from the unsalted line.
Are you referring to the number 1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line, the watermelon peach? No, it's not. I am using your pina colada.
Thought I'd plug it in there for you.
You gotta get
Thank
that
you.
plug in there.
You ready?
Ready.
Oh,
right.
she got the hat. She's ready.
We only got 2 judges this week, huh?
Yeah.
That's all we got,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, let's talk about that for a bit. Hold up, Libby. So we're I guess we completely skipped the elephant in the room. Is we don't have Rick this time. I think what it is that he heard Phil was coming on, and he didn't feel manly enough to be on the same show as Phil BUSARDO.
Yeah, he actually, in one of his texts said
Understand.
that in one of his messages, he says, I'm sure Phil will fill up the time slot that I would have. I'm like, oh, yeah? You sucker.
Yeah, all right.
Anyhow, we had a rag on Rick for not showing up, but that's okay. We'll get him next time.
Rick, come on.
It'll be good.
All right, Lumi's got a piece of paper in her hand. What does it say, Lumi?
Emily.
It's
All right.
Emily. All right, guys.
Why don't you lead, Phil?
So okay. So I pick any one of the 4 flavors.
Well,
From Emily.
Emily's flavor will be labeled. So what Lumi just did was mess up what I said a minute ago, because Lumi has been doing a pick the name out of the hat, so it wouldn't be unfair.
So she picked Nikon.
So she picked Emily.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that you haven't tasted these yet. Is that correct?
I gave them all once over.
Okay.
And
good.
did you mix all 4 of each of theirs?
No.
Or did you? Oh, he picked one. Okay.
No, we just sent him his mix from each of
He
us.
just mixed his mix. Okay.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to do that?
No. It's
No.
fine. You can just go with
You
the
can
person.
pick whatever you
I
want.
did one. I got one of them in there, so
Okay, good.
we'll talk about that one.
No, I've got all 4 of them sitting here. They're all in what do you call it? Zenith tanks, they're all in Zenith tanks with brand new 0.8 ohm coils. So so what am I supposed to say about this now?
Well,
Do I like it? Do I not like
it? Yeah, just what
What do
you
you get out of
Okay.
it?
think of it.
What's
What
the
does it
recipe?
taste like?
Oh, it's let me go over the recipe real quick.
You guys are all flustered because Phil's here.
I know I was not.
I'm
I'm
trying
not
to talk shit
prepared.
about Rick,
the
and you
format
guys
of the
can't even
show.
get your heads on straight.
I'm sorry. I'm prepared. All right, hold on. Where's my thing? Where is it? All right, Milton Icon's Philmeister. I did 4% Mullenberry Big Watermelon.
Wait. Start with a description so that he knows what it was you were doing.
Okay, all right. Milton Icon's Philmeister. It's a simple, tasty watermelon peach recipe made for this week's on Mix and Vixens. I heard that Phil B likes watermelon peach mixes, so I made this. It's 4% Mullenberry Big Watermelon, 3% Capella Double Watermelon, 4% Capella Juicy Peach, and then 0.5% of Capella Super Sweet. So real simple, basic.
Well, what was interesting is when I tried all 4, this was the one that I liked the most. I think it's probably just because it's in my wheelhouse. I mean, I really do enjoy fruits.
Oh, yeah,
I did get the watermelon from it, but I honestly thought there was blackberry in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought there was like a blackberry because it's watermelon, but it's dark. It's dark like a blackberry, and that's what I was getting from it. But this is the one that I liked out of the. I'm sorry, everybody else, but
That's okay. So
Okay.
what all did you put on it, Emily, again?
I did Mullenberry Big Watermelon mixed with Capella Double Watermelon, and then Capella Juicy Peach. I think it's the Mullenberry Big Watermelon because it's such a full, robust watermelon.
It's deep and dark, and it's actually
yeah,
very.
It's hard when you're mixing with watermelon. A lot of times it's hard to get it to stand out because it's such a subtle flavor. But that big watermelon is just hit you in the face with watermelon.
That's what I noticed about watermelons, though. Watermelons tend to be if it's harder from what I've tried in watermelons. It's harder to get a natural watermelon as opposed to a candy watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Candy watermelon seems to be very, very easy to do, but like natural watermelon seems to be a little bit harder to do.
Oh, doing a full recipe, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, very good.
Awesome. Now, does it seem like pretty natural to you?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I'm not getting much of a candy aspect from it.
Awesome. Now, of the watermelon and the peach, do they seem pretty evenly balanced, or does one kind of stick out more than the other for you?
I would say it's really close on the balance. I think I'm getting a little bit more watermelon than I am getting peach, right? But again, there's that darkness to it.
Mm-hmm.
How's the sweetness level on it?
Fine. You didn't put any sweetener in there, did you?
I did 0.5%.
0.5%?
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes, when sweeteners I'm picky about sweetener, right? I don't like a lot of sweetener, especially since I only mouth to lung, right? So since I only mouth to lung, I'm always low wattage. And sweeteners don't do really good at low wattage. They tend to really kind of coat your mouth and leave just leave a nasty, for me anyway, they leave a nasty feeling in my mouth. And I'm not getting that from this at all. As a matter of fact, that's why I asked you if there was sweetener in here, because I don't get any sweetener.
Awesome.
Well, that's the trick. So commercial juice tends to have a lot of sweetener. In DIY, normally our max rate is 0.5% unless we're making a candy. Then we might bump it to 1%.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people that come off commercial juice, if they come to us, they're like, oh, it's not strong enough. Well, it's not that it's not strong enough. They're just not getting the amount of sweetness they're used to. So sometimes we have to start them at a higher. We still don't do it over 1%. And we're like, okay, it'll get better. And then little by little, we bring it down to that 0.5. But to get them off
your palate changes real quick. It'll adjust.
The way my husband said it was that he was like, it feels like it's a vape for people with diabetes.
I'll give you two quick stories, right? So we've been to a lot of vape shows. We've been to vape shows all over the world. And sometimes you just run into a liquid. So there were two liquids that I just remember. One liquid, I tried it and I turned to the guy and I said, you know what? I said, somewhere in here is a really good jelly donut. I said, if I can wade through all of the sweetener that I'm getting, I said, I might be able to find it in here. Now, another one, I tried this liquid and the guy's like, take the bottle, we want you to take the bottle. I'm like, nah, I said, they're like, no, take the bottle. So I took the bottle and Dimitri turns to me and he goes, you're never going to vape that. I said, no, I'm not going to vape it. I'm going to put it on vanilla ice cream. I think it'll be fantastic. It's so sweet. So sweet.
Yeah.
I think there's an incredible overuse of sweetener out there. And
I think the industry standard is 2 to 3%.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You get over 1% in DIY and it's just like blah.
And what's interesting now too is we're getting I'm seeing the industry go back to smaller coils, right? Smaller coils in these pods, smaller coils in these little AIOs, smaller coils in mouth to lung tanks, and that high sweetener is not going to play well with these tiny little coils.
Yeah.
You're right, because I can't taste anything past the sweetener. If I use any more, I don't even go to 0.5%. I can only go to 0.25%. And on a candy, I might go to 0.5 because if I go any higher than that, I don't taste anything other than the sweetener.
Yeah, it can wreck a flavor real fast.
But it's a good way to hide any off notes, and it's a good way to smooth the flavor out. It's just a crutch. That's what we in DIY have learned. That's just a crutch to make something that wasn't finished
recipes.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Do I have to do something now?
No,
Sam.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. You're right, Sam. Go. Your
It's
turn.
Sam's turn to talk about a mix that he made up of mine.
Emily, I did your orange cake.
Oh, okay. All right.
Vaping it, actually.
Have you been vaping it all day, or are you trying it now for the first time?
No, I tried it earlier, and then I said it now. I'm trying everybody else's, and I'm trying it again. Because I think yours needs a little bit of a steep, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to order some flavors, so I didn't get to mix these until Thursday. Because I'm getting a lot of orange.
Emily, I mean, I think he's talking junk about your mix already.
Well, that's what you want, isn't it?
Lay it on us.
Yeah, man. Give it.
Lay it on there.
Can you read the recipe, Emily, for me, actually?
Yeah, I sure can. Let's see. Midnight Cons orange cake. This is my orange cake for this week's profile on Mix and Vixens. I want to take this opportunity to use some new Wonder flavors. I love how dark and buttery this turned out, and the orange complements it nicely. Inaware Orange Shisha is a very sticky, sweet Italian soda type orange that I thought would go well with the dark sweetness of the cake, and use FA Blood Orange just to punch it up a bit with some brightness that is also deep. So I used 1% FA Blood Orange, 0.75% Flora Caramel, which to me is not a caramel, that's a brown sugar flavor, 2% Wonder Flavors Crumble Topping, 3% Wonder Flavors Philadelphia Butter Cake, and 1% Shisha Orange by Inaware. And yes, it does need a steep.
And you got a 5-day steep on it, and I haven't hit 5 days yet. I'm getting a really good like brown sugar orange, like a sticky orange, glazy. When I get the brown sugar, I'm not picking out the butter cake a whole lot yet. It does have good mouthfeel and stuff, and the crumble topping isn't coming through like I thought it would, quite as much. But as I said, I made a 30 mil, so I'll be vaping on this, after 5 days and after a week. So.
Okay, I think you might find after a week that you will enjoy it a little bit more. Like the oranges will calm down a bit, and let the crumble topping and the Philly butter cake come.
That's kind of what I'm assuming, considering the citrus is in it, and the oranges are just very forward right now after 3 days.
Like
so, but it's good.
It's right away. Good. Like it's like you said, it's a good kind of like a brown sugar, glazy, sticky, sweet orange. At first, but just
Sam, let me ask you a question. Since you said that about the crumble cake, are you able to detect mouthfeel and texture in a vape? Because I sometimes can't.
Sometimes
that's why I'm trying to find out if it might be you're broken or if it's really not in there.
Well, I'm not tasting it either. It's not. Is it? Or if it's just adding to the brown sugariness of the orange right now. But I'm not the best at picking out like crazy texture.
It could be because both crumble topping and Philadelphia butter cake, they're very just rich buttery cakes. You know what I mean? So they don't have besides like that yellow cake flavor, they don't really have a significant unique flavor to them. So, but I think the texture that will come through these days, once the oranges die down a little bit, I think it will balance the thing out better.
I haven't done any. I've only just started barely playing around with the crumble topping too. So that might also be why I haven't.
Do you like that flavor?
So far, yeah. But I mean,
it's really good. Yeah.
Your mix, and I mixed one other recipe of mine with it in there yet, and I haven't vaped it yet. So I mean, I'm still might not have been able to just pick that one out. But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it, and I know I'll enjoy it again. More in a week or in a few days.
Yeah, when those oranges settle down a little bit.
When those citrus.
Let me know what you think of it.
I will definitely. I'll leave you an actual review. I'll get you back on the one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Lumi.
Hey, Lumi, get your hat out.
Oh God, I want to redo.
Lumi, yay!
Did you just put your name back in the hat?
To redo.
No, I said I want to redo because I picked my name and I.
Okay.
You don't get a redo.
All right, so yeah, why don't we do the same thing? We'll start with Phil's Lumi mix and
Lumi, if you pull that up and we know you love descriptions, so do the
All
best
right,
you can,
so
David.
my description for every recipe is add sweetener if you're that kind of mixer. Period. Period. Blah 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 blah.
All right, enough about reading that description. Why don't you tell us? Why don't you describe your mix?
P.S. I vape on a 5mm 14-strand Celtic coil on the Drop RDA. I feel like this is pretty important to tell people because Phil BUSARDO vapes mouth to lung. I've never vaped on a mouth to lung. And so when you're vaping on such a large coil with so much surface area, my desserts taste amazing. And I'm a dessert person, and I found out you like peach. So I took the opportunity to work on my peach cookie that I make, and I love it. I use cookie butter by Wonder Flavors at 0.67, oatmeal cookie, super concentrate, real flavors, 2%. What? I didn't change that. Oats and cream cookie by Wonder Flavors at 2.33. Peach pie and cream Wonder Flavors, 4.89. Vanilla pudding Flavora, 0.39. Whipped cream 1-on-1, 0.38.
So what does it taste like to you, Lumi?
Did I say vanilla pudding by Flavora? Vanilla pudding by Flavora at 0.38. I don't know.
I actually mixed this up as well.
Oh, we'll let you talk about it as well.
So did I hear correctly? There's no nuts in this recipe at all?
Nope.
Which is amazing because I would have bet my nuts that there were nuts in this recipe. First of all, I like this. I get the peach, I get the cookie, I get the crumble. I appreciate the fact that it's not overly sweetened, but I'm gonna be honest with you. When I tried this flavor, it instantly reminded me of something, and I don't know why, but it did. Boba's Bounty.
What?
Yep.
What's a Boba's Bounty?
What's a Boba's Bounty?
I've heard of it, but I don't know the profile.
Well, hey, I'm just telling you what I taste, right? And what you're saying is really important too, because when you hit liquids at higher wattages with different coils, it brings out different flavors, right? And what I'm getting here, it reminded me of Boba's Bounty.
That's very interesting, Phil, because whatever people describe as the actual put on the picture on the bottle and describe it as, that is not what it actually composed of the flavor. So all these years, there might be some, I'm going to have to look at her recipe because now I want to know what it was that she put together. I think it's the cookie that's giving you that Boba's Bounty, which people weren't using cookie in a Boba's Bounty, you know?
There may very well be, but I like the flavor.
That's very interesting. Are you looking up Boba's Bounty, Lumi?
You can taste the difference a premium e-liquid makes.
Yep.
What's that?
Tobacco with coconut? With banana? That's weird.
That's way off left field.
Yeah, that's not what I tasted at all.
It could be the oatmeal cookie giving that coconut.
It does give it a nutty kind of flavor, the oatmeal cookie in it.
Oatmeal cookie, yeah.
And I like that the peach isn't like in your face peach. You know what I mean? Like it's not distracting.
It's Phil BUSARDO's turn.
Sorry.
No, I didn't have that much more to say about it. I'm wondering if the Boba's Bounty is because I don't vape a lot of desserts. Well, to be honest with you, I don't vape any desserts, right? Typically, I'm using fruits. So I think when something is so different, it might remind you of something from your past that was so different. And really, the only tobacco that I ever vaped, given any period of time, was Boba's Bounty. That was it. So maybe it's just the difference, the fact that it's so different from what I'm used to vaping. But yeah, there's something about it that reminded me of it. You know, when I try it more now, the other interesting thing too is when you hear the description, you start to look for the things that are in the description, right? You start to look for the things that are in the recipe. And then when, after you hear the recipe, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I see that. I see that. I see that. So yeah, I'm tasting everything that you're talking about, but mostly the cookie and the peach.
I
think
like
it's really good.
I normally, when I was going for this recipe, it's kind of like one of those oatmeal cream pie cookies you get from the grocery store, and I thought peach tasted wonderful in it, and I normally don't like peaches, and this was like my favorite peach profile I've ever done, so I just wanted to keep tweaking on it because all I knew about you was that you liked peach.
It's almost like a really good peach cobbler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for some perspective, that's a 14 strand Celtic on a 5mm braid.
It's a huge coil.
Huge single coil, and then I vape it at like 85 watts.
Damn.
Mm.
Yeah, true, Rob. Rob says you can't go wrong with Wonder Flavor's peach pie and cream. You did a great choice there, because it's a great flavor.
Okay, now I want Emily's feedback on it.
Okay. I really liked it. I like I said, I like that the peach, like the balance between the cookie and the peach was spot on. Like it was a peach oatmeal cookie. Like the peach wasn't too distracting or like in front, and it was just a really good balance, and the texture with that oatmeal cream cookie flavor helped the texture of the cookie. If you were going for like a peach flavored kind of oatmeal cream pie, I would maybe think about adding like just a touch of gingerbread. I forget who did it. Someone did an oatmeal cream pie recipe a year or two ago, and they used some gingerbread in it, and it just kind of made it like it sold it as one of those oatmeal cream pies. Maybe there's something about the spiciness to it. But
It was a tad of ginger, right? It wasn't a lot of ginger. It was just a little bit, wasn't it?
Just a little bit, yeah. No, just like a touch. But it was really good, and I love peach vapes, especially peach bakeries, and I just really liked it. You know, the texture was there, the balance was really good. I quite enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad that I made a larger bottle of it.
Yay!
Very nice, lady.
Sam!
Loomy.
Sam.
I did your donut.
Pew pew. Oh, fucking shit. Which one?
Me
The V2?
Which one? Oh, fucking shit. She's first like, yoo-hoo, and then she's like, which one?
Make you sweat for a second. V2. Yeah, I did the V2. I don't know where the recipe is for that one. I think it's on ER.
I guess I could pull it up. All right. Cereal Donuts V2. Add sweetener if you're that kind of mixer. Blah, 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 bitty, blah, blah, blah.
I did.
Ah, fuck. And then I used VSO's Blueberry at 2.67, VSO's Huckleberry 0.88, Lemon Flavor Express 0.78, Pound Cake Flavora 0.77, Vanilla Custard Cheesecake 1-on-1 1.62, Zippola Flavor Art 4.46.
I don't know how you did it with those 3 fruit flavors, but it tasted like Fruity Pebbles in a weird way. It was
Really? That's awesome. Because when I saw this recipe, I'm just like, that is so crazy. Like, how do you
get Fruity Pebbles out of that?
What? I don't know if it's
It's
the
the
berry.
Lemon Express.
Yeah, it's the lemon express. It's got to
Yeah.
be. It's the citrus of that. That's in the berry, a little bit of the berry, the blueberry, and the huckleberry, pushing it with the. It's got a really good background, like a doughy, sort of cinnamony donut background to it too. Which I know I'll get more of out of a steep as well than when those citruses or when those fruits all meld into it. But I liked it a lot. I didn't pick out the vanilla custard cheesecake a lot. But I'm just kind of shook that you got the fruity pebble taste with blueberry, huckleberry, and lemon.
Yeah, the vanilla custard cheesecake wasn't meant to be too forward. It's kind of like helping with like a little frosting creamy note to it, so it's not so dry.
Yeah, that worked.
Cool.
I know that the Zapola and the sweet dough will come out a little bit more for the next few days.
And that was a shake and vape, Lumi? Because I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'd
always
say she baked it off a shake, didn't she?
Yep.
Huh.
Everything I make is a shake and vape.
I'm gonna let it steep because I'm not like the donut. It's more the fruit and lemon forward for sure. I know that there's a donut back there, but it'll come out a little bit more, I'm sure, with a few more days.
Yeah, with steep, it definitely should come out.
Yeah.
Especially that Zabola. That stuff keeps growing.
Yeah, I was impressed.
All right. Time to shake it up. Shake it up. It's me and Rin.
Who's it gonna be?
Rin.
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 All right, so I wanted to do something tropical because I figured he likes fruit and he lives, down south.
Way down south. He lives in northern Cuba.
Yeah. So I figured I would make something like that, and I wanted to try something different because I can't vape peach. So that was kind of out for me. So I did Flavora Guanabana. I did increase his percentages only because he uses mouth to lung type things, and I mix very low. So I wanted him to be able to actually taste something. So I did that at 2.17%. Malaysian guava from Wonder Flavors at 0.26. Sugarloaf pineapple by Vape Train at 0.43. Vanilla bean by Flavora at 0.26. And whipped cream by One on One at 0.87.
Big numbers.
Well, when I did the adjust my percentages, it gave me Lumi numbers. So
Gotcha.
that's why they're a little weird. And I didn't let it steep when I did mine, so I have no idea how it turns out after a steep. So hopefully
Actually, happened to mix this one too.
Ooh. Emily's on a go. I know what it is. She was trying to make up for Rick not being here.
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, now I feel bad. We could hurry up and mix something at Emily's real quick so we could judge her.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me see if I've got
I don't think I have any shaking
If I'm
vapes.
quiet, it's because I'm mixing Emily's mix.
I don't think I have any shaking vapes.
Well, his I let steep for a week, but a week compared to a month can be a huge difference.
All right,
Then
Phil, what do you
tried
get
my
off of
honey
Rin?
bourbon.
What was that?
What do you get off of Rin?
Okay. Rin, I love you. Okay. Let me start off by saying that. Rin, I love you. This one I didn't care for. You said so when you say tropical, I am not getting tropical from this, but I also never liked anything guava. I never liked guava vapes. Right. So I think that's it. There's also something else that I'm getting here. Now, don't be mad at me, okay?
She's gonna go in her room and cry after.
No, please, no. That's not what I want to happen. I remember from Halo, testing Halo liquids back in the day. There was something that I said about Halo liquids. There were a couple of their tobaccos that I said tasted like talcum, like barbershop powder. I would say barbershop powder, right? There's something in here that reminds me of that. like some kind of a barbershop powder. Like I see you're like putting your heads down. Am I never going to be allowed on the show again? I'm so
No,
sorry.
the thing is that everybody tastes things differently, and you are picking up on a note that you're sensitive to. So we're all like,
Yep.
oh, he's sensitive to that note. So we all can now look at Rin's mix and try to figure out which one of those is a powdery sweetness that gives you a floral powdery note.
That's exactly what I'm getting. A floral powdery note.
Probably
It might be the brightness of the sugarloaf pineapple with like the funkiness of the Malaysian guava
Yeah.
doing it.
That's a specific flavor that you're sensitive to. So
Yeah.
what you just described is normal for DIYers to detect something like that and be like, okay, I can't mix that because I taste this out of it. But somebody like you who's usually on commercial juice, all you know is that there's this barbershop flavor to it, you know, where everybody else might not taste that. And Rin is cracking up. I understood what he was saying because, you know, some people just get that floral, dry, powdery note.
Yeah, we absolutely do not take anything personal because we know taste is very subjective.
I heard that somewhere a long time ago.
What? The taste was subjective?
Yeah.
I think I used to say that in every one of my my e-liquid reviews. But yeah, Rin, absolutely nothing personal. But I'm telling you what I'm getting from this one. You know, at first I thought it was a beverage. I thought it was a drink.
Yeah, because it's very juicy and creamy because of the guanabana
is a creamy banana-ish.
See, I think Phil is completely crazy. I think he's broken because I absolutely love this mix.
Well, let's hear about it.
I'm blaming it on Mullenberry's. That's Mullenberry Sugarloaf pineapple, right?
No, it's
Vape Train.
Vape Train.
Oh, wow.
And like
Mullenberry's funky.
The bright Vape Train like notes mixed with like that bassy creaminess of guanabana to me, and it just makes such an awesome mix. And then you've got the Malaysian guava is like the perfect bridge to me for those flavors. And
who makes the Malaysian guava?
Yeah, Wonder Flavors. And to me, it's just a very well balanced, smooth. I don't get any dryness or talcum powder at all from it. It's just a really nice tropical mix. And I don't have any version of guava either, though. So there's that, you know?
The Wonder Flavors Malaysian guava is something you either love or hate. It
yeah.
Kind of risky doing that, but.
Because it's funky. Like, it's got an authentic, funky guavaness to it, you know?
Have you ever eaten a guava, Emily?
No.
Then you don't know.
So
you don't know if it's authentic.
So guava's not funky?
No. Yeah, it is. It is. It's soapy, actually.
Soapy? Okay, well.
In nature, it's soapy.
People say that about cilantro.
Same thing.
Yeah,
it's got that note. It's got that soapy note like cilantro, but it's not the vegetable soapy. It's the fruit soapy. My husband can't
could be translated to floral that Phil's getting.
Because I don't get soapy off of cilantro. That's kind of like a.
That's a gene thing.
It's a, so.
It is genetic.
Yeah.
Oh. Alrighty.
Well, thanks for sharing, Emily and Phil. And now it's Sam.
Rin, I did your what was it? Your cigar, the cigar honey cigar one.
Wait, you vape tobaccos, Sam?
Yeah.
Wow.
I almost did yours, but I was missing a couple.
Mine is a cigar, dude. You wouldn't have liked mine. mine was
the one that I inputted. The one that I inputted for that week was a deep tobacco.
Was it?
Yeah, and it was really a really dark, robust. It was good, but it was a really robust tobacco. I can't vape them all day, but
I'm gonna have to mix yours just to see. See if you're right, or if you still sweetened that thing up and made it taste delicious somehow.
I don't put too much sweetener in it. So I can't. Where's the bottle? I don't have my bottle. The recipe for that one. I also doubled her percentages on hers because I didn't the last time, but I thought I would this time. I can't remember all the tiny little
And Phil, I'll also explain that while he pulls up that recipe. So Rin has been mixing so long that once you've mixed for a certain amount of time, you become very sensitive to the flavor of flavorings. So you tend to, your recipes start going down, 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 and we can still taste it. Where a normal average taster isn't going to taste it with that little bit of flavoring. So with Rin, a lot of time our judges have to double their recipes, and sometimes they don't, to see how they taste it. So she did that when she mixed yours as well, because she knew that what she tastes is going to be very different than what you taste.
Right. And I would imagine at this point, your palates are all better than mine. So please don't take anything I say too seriously.
Ren's a super taster.
Yeah, that's what we call them, super tasters.
Ultra taster, for fuck's sake.
We can sniff a bottle across the room.
Well, I know you used Wonder Flavors, honey roasted peanuts, shisha vanilla, cigar passion. Yep, from FA, and then the aged bourbon cream from Wonder Flavors. So I'm getting a tobacco honey roasted peanut with, like, on the exhale I can taste the little bit of the bourbon cream.
But you can taste the tobacco good, right?
It's the honey roasted peanuts are in front of the tobacco, which kind of makes it like a dirty honey roasted peanut. It's good, and you know, it's I'm sure the shisha vanilla is in there really low. I mean, you had it at, I think, 0.15, so even when I doubled it, it was still only at 0.3. So that's just kind of, I think, smoothing things out a little bit. And yeah, that aged bourbon cream is on the exhale for me for sure. I could taste it a little bit in there. But probably
How long did you steep that? Just out of curiosity.
Same. I think I gave you guys each like 3 days.
Because Rin's usually that cigar passion gets stronger and deeper. It doesn't change the flavor per se, but it becomes more of a tobacco with time.
I vaped it yesterday. And vaping it today, it's definitely a little bit darker of a tobacco already than what I was getting yesterday off of it. It was a lot more honey nut peanuts yesterday, but I think what you said is right. And it's happening.
That looked delicious to me.
Yeah.
All right. Any other comments? Emily, did you vape? Did you mix her tobacco? Rin?
Hell no.
Emily hates tobaccos, Phil.
I
don't know if I would call this a tobacco. Like I said, it's more of a honey roasted creamy peanut that's a little dirty with tobacco. It's a little bit like an RY4.
It's a 5-second rule. That should be the name of that one.
5-second rule peanuts.
It's like you just smoked a cigarette and then ate a bunch of honey roasted peanuts.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's interesting because when I first started vaping, I wanted like just nasty tobacco flavors, right? Just like cigarette tobacco flavors. And like now, if I have to vape a tobacco, it's got to be something complex. It's got to be nutty. It's got to be fruity. It's got to be something that captures my attention more than just an ashtray. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Yep.
So he was tortured when he did make the switch and had to vape all those tobaccos back.
Those were. That was fun because the winner was, oh my God, this is horrible. Winner, right? Because
what was the best one? Which one of these is the worst?
Yeah, because when you got really close to a cigarette, which to me tastes like shit now at this point, that's the winner.
Yep.
Yeah. Luckily, that's not the show you're on now. You're not on a which
good. Yeah.
All right. We just have one Vixen left.
Oh, gee, I wonder which one it is.
She still pulls out the paper. She's
I thought it was kind of
that's fun because I mixed this one too.
Oh, nice. We get to end on the same one.
Yes, ma'am. Lead
Do
the
we get the
way.
description first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read it out.
Okay.
I'll do that. So this when I think of Phil, I think of a bourbon bronze skin and of his that bourbon bronze skins of his. Then it and I know he likes stone fruit, so I made a special mix that makes me think of him. So I didn't mix this so that you would like it. I mixed it in thought of you. So I used apricot from Flavor Art at 0.75 with aged bourbon cream at 2%. Then I boosted that bourbon by 0.25%. That should have a pretty stout bourbon taste to it. I used kumquat, which is a new fruit, and it was mostly because I wanted to taste that fruit, which is it's a little bit funky, but it's in the peach family. It's in the orangey family. Liquid amber to cook that fruit down, because fruit and bourbon, if the fruit is too bright, then it just tastes off, So I use the liquid amber is an additive that we use that makes the fruit almost like it's cooked. So it burns it down some. And then I use Capella Yellow Peach at 3% to boost that peach note. So the peach and the apricot make the peach. The kumquat adds some funkiness to it. And I cooked it down and then I added bourbon to it. So it's kind of like a bourbon drink of some sort with fruit infused in it.
So, first of all, this is my second favorite one next to Nikon's. Like if you had not read that to me, what I would have said, and I don't know why I'm getting a creamy aspect, but I am getting a creamy aspect. I would have said creamy, fruity bourbon. That's what I would have called the vape.
Well, that's because I put aged bourbon cream in there.
Okay, there you go. And that's what I got. You know what? It's interesting because I'm tasting the apricot a lot.
Now that you know it's in there?
Now that I know it's in there.
But you're familiar with that specific flavor too, so.
Yeah, I do. And apricot is a vape that I have used in the past, and is a vape that I like. And I think when you combine apricot and peach, that's a good combination. At least it's been for me. Yeah, I like this one. It just sometimes when you have like drinks or when you have bourbons, they're kind of dark, and I don't like necessarily like very, very dark flavors. I like lighter flavors. I like when I have fruits, I like the fruits to pop and be like refreshing, almost refreshing. And even though this is a cream and a bourbon, it's got enough fruit in it that it is popping, right? And it is on the lighter side, and that's why I'm digging this one.
So do you taste the bourbon though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking to see if it's able to come through on the coil that you're using, because my total percentage on this is only 7.1%. Normally when we mix for a MTL, we're mixing at 14 to 20%. So this is very mild compared to what it would have been had I mixed it specifically for an MTL.
And that's the other, and I noticed too, as I go up in my watts a little bit, I mean, obviously I don't have a huge range of wattage with the coils that I'm using, but as I do go up in watts and heat it up a little bit more, I get even more of the bourbon flavor from it. So yeah, I like this one.
And how long did you steep that one?
Well, how long did you steep it? You sent them to me. So they've got filled today.
Oh yeah, that's right. So they're steeped about 2 weeks. At least 10 days. Gotcha. You're like, I'm like, oh, how long did you steep it? Oh, I mixed it. Shit. You're right.
I'll say I got a really nice peachy bourbon out of it as well. It wasn't too bright, because I'm surprised that low amount of liquid amber was able to bring it down to where it was.
I didn't want it to taste like cider. If
right.
you bring the liquid amber any further up, it would have made it taste like a peach cider with bourbon.
Like a really cooked down. Yeah, that makes sense. It brought it down just enough to play into that bourbon really well. So that, like I got like a drink, like I wouldn't say it was like whiskey with peaches in it, but some sort of a mixed drink with really, really nice citrusy peach and good bourbon in it. Yeah. I was really impressed with that. It was very good.
Was it warm? Is it a warm vape?
A little bit, yeah. Not hot or anything like that, but I think all my vapes are warm.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of them, when you use bourbon, it can either give you that cooling sensation or a warm vape. It's either too thick and jammy, or it's actually
It was a good warm normal vape. Yeah, I liked it.
cool. Good to know. Huh? We just got through all of our recipes. Can you guys believe that?
Very cool.
Emily, I thought mixed it too.
No.
No, Emily's not mixing.
Oh yeah, wait, tobacco. Never mind.
I'm not a bourbon fan.
Emily's not mixing
But
my
it's not
stuff
tobacco
because
in
it's
this one.
usually too dark. But I mean, we have to give the audience an opportunity to be able to taste all different styles because we have all kinds of viewers out there. And we have people that like tobaccos and we like people that like candy, fruit, florals. I mean, we have bakery people. I'm not a bakery person at all. So you guys hurt me every time you guys pick a freaking bakery. But I am a cream person. So sometimes I turn my bakery into a cream.
Awesome. Well,
Work.
Phil, thank you so much for coming on and vaping the mixes that we made. It's part of
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. You remember, Jennifer, remember I told you I had a challenge for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the challenge. And maybe I'll tell you a little bit about where this came from. First of all, I've never liked a peanut butter vape. Changed my mind. Right.
Oh shit.
So here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. Go out, buy some peanut butter, and buy Coffee Mate coconut creamer for coffee. Okay. And mix 3 parts coffee creamer with peanut butter. 1 part peanut butter. Mix that up really, really good. And make me that vape. Now,
Sounds yum.
Somebody's gonna have to
how I came up with mixing peanut butter with Coffee Mate coconut creamer. Let's just say, have you ever vaped anything that maybe didn't contain nicotine but gave you the munchies afterwards? Okay.
Yeah.
And then you look around your house and there may be nothing sweet in the house that you want to eat. So you fucking experiment and you do something really, really crazy. That's where it came from.
Donut mix of the year. That's great.
Oh, that should be fun.
We might,
That sounds
pretty
delicious.
You should put a
It's
picture
ridiculously good, by the way. When you try this, when you mix the two together, if you like both of those flavors, if you like peanut butter and coconut, you're going to love this, by the way.
I'm going to have to do that. I have actually coconut creamer and peanut butter in my cabinet. But hey, why don't you crop out a picture of the creamer and the peanut butter and drop it in our Facebook group, and we'll go ahead and pick it. And that way the audience, if they weren't here today, they won't know why we're mixing this. And then we'll each make one.
Yeah, I'll play along with that. That'll be fun.
Okay. Just remind me to do that because I got a lot of shit that I got to do the next couple
I'll
of
send
days
you a text.
and get ready for the Washington trip. So that's it. Thanks, guys, for very much for having me on. Rin, I still love you, though, right? We're cool. Right? We're
I
good.
want you to be honest. It's good.
Okay.
She'll be even better if you stay longer and have some drinks with her and play Call of Duty.
Oh, really? Well, I drank yesterday. I'm gonna drink a little bit more today. But all right, guys.
That's how you get her heart. Just drink a little bit with her and play some video games.
What's the drink of choice?
I like rum.
Rum. I've been on a Tito's and lemonade kick recently. It's really good.
I love mango vodka with lemonade. That's so good. But mango rum is too with lemonade. Anything with lemonade is good.
Yeah.
White Russian is my jam.
White Russian?
Those.
Tall White Russians. Yeah.
That was one of my drinks like years ago.
Yeah, that's so 80s, man.
It's true.
It's so good. It gets you.
I was just
going.
talking about this. I was just talking about this with somebody the other day, like the progression of my drinking. Okay. It goes all the way back to peach schnapps. That was the first, right? Peach schnapps. And then it went to Zambuca, and it was Zambuca for a long, long time. Now, that's somebody who doesn't even like black licorice, but if you shake it up enough with ice and it gets really, really, cold, and then it goes down a lot better, But you see, like when I drink, typically I do shots because why waste time, right? I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
Amen.
Right, and then it went from Zambuca to 151. That's what I was drinking when I was DJing, and Grand Marnier shots, Jack Daniels, and now lately I'm just on a Tito's and lemonade kick. So that's
I don't drink very often, but when I do, it's like a
Maker's Mark.
screwdriver with a splash of cranberry juice in it.
Yum.
I keep this next to my desk for hard days.
Hard mornings.
You know, working from home has become kind of fun mornings. You know, your coffee and a little bit of Irish cream is a good thing in the mornings. Real Irish cream. All right. Well, if you want to stay, you can stay. We're going to do our closing now and thank our sponsors and anything else and show our picture for next week, right?
It was really awesome to meet you, Phil, by the way.
Very good to meet you. Is the pew pew? Is that Star Wars? Are you a fan of Star Wars? Are you a fan of?
This is probably being silly, but yeah, I am.
Okay, good for you. Yeah, me too. Good to meet you too. I'll hang around for your closing if this is your closing. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Who are your sponsors? I'm curious who your sponsors are.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got. Thank you very much, Flavora. Thank you, Bull City Flavors. Scott over all the flavors. Wherever you are. Thank you.
And going on your site.
And Wayne, thank you so much for putting us up on your podcast network. Guys, if you like us and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, head on over to flavorjungle.com and check out our one-shots.
Or you can go in Canada and order my one-shots from, what's the name of her site?
DIYFlavorchaser.com.
Yeah, DIY Flavor Chasers. I don't even know where my one-shots are. Zippy.
If you're shopping at Bull City and you want a discount on some flavors, we still have recipe packs there as well. So if you buy all the flavors in our recipe pack, you get 10% off. So
that's right. And mine is Morning Mood Juice. And which one's yours, Emily?
Inagata de Vida, baby.
What put you on the map?
Yep, that's right.
If you're looking to support Lumi in a fun, tasty way, order some Lumi braids.
Get yourself some of the big ass coils.
Yep, and keep Lumi in mind because you might need her in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next. Oh, James.
What next week?
The picture for next week.
The picture.
Homework.
James,
I don't have that shit.
Hey, can I say something about Bull City Flavors?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had to reorder the flavors for Jennifer's pina colada because I like it that much. I'm going to make another batch, and I ran out of the flavorings, and I ordered from Bull City Flavors, and shit like this doesn't go unnoticed with me. They sent me on the receipt. It was just a little, "Hey Phil, thank you for your order. We love you, Phil." And see, I love that stuff. I love that kind of thing, right?
Everybody, yeah.
And they also sent me a long sleeve shirt. I don't know if they know that I live in Florida where it's like 110 degrees right now, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, it'll cool off and I'll wear it. And they sent me a tumbler.
You'll have 3 weeks you can wear it at.
Yeah. You know what? The longer you live in Florida, when you get to the Florida winters, all of a sudden you're like cold, even though it's like 80 outside, right?
Yeah.
But so I wanted to thank them through you, Jennifer, and I'll thank them here on the show too. Those little personal touches mean a lot to me, so thank you.
They have great customer service. They're a good company.
And you get your order like magically, like it just shits out of the sky onto your doorstep.
I will say that too. It was almost like ordering from Amazon. It was fast, very, very fast. I was impressed.
And they pride themselves in that. I'll also say that if they're ever behind, we have a holiday weekend coming up. Even when they have a holiday weekend and they've put out a sale and everybody orders at once, the longest you have to wait is an extra day. Drew's rule is if it gets ordered today, it goes out tomorrow before 3:00. That's it. That's his rule of thumb. And let me tell you, he has excellent staff and they do not miss that because
I push them to the limits. I order things at 4 o'clock in the morning and I still get them super fast.
They get there at 4 o'clock in the morning. They work. They get there at 4 o'clock in the morning. They leave after the mail comes, and the mail lady comes around 2 or 3 o'clock. So that's when their day ends. So they're there super early.
Very cool.
Awesome. James, do you have the picture for next week's profile?
All right. Which one did we do?
Okay, sweet. So yeah,
Rainbow sherbet ice cream looking thing.
That looks fun. Here we are. We're talking about picking fall type recipes, and what does James do? He picks a rainbow sherbet.
I mean, we need some of that, you know. But it's blue. Is that really rainbow? It's blue.
Oh, green and blue.
It's green, blue. There's
Let's be honest. It's not fall until the 22nd of September. So.
All right. Hey, I'm fine with it. I'm not complaining. All right, guys. Everyone have a good week. We'll see you next weekend next weekend.
Thank you for
Take care,
joining.
everybody.
Love you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.